Okay, now I'm going to walk through the preview function in iBooks Author. This allows you to take a real-time look at what your book is going to look like on the iPad. The only thing you have to do before you get started is actually close all other applications that you have open in the iPad. To do that, we just double tap the home button and all the applications that are open will come up in the bottom tray. To close them all out, we just hold down on one of the apps until they start shaking and you see the little red icon in the top left-hand corner. Click on that to close all of those, and then make sure that iBooks is actually open. Once we have iBooks open, we plug it into our USB. All right. Okay. Once we have that plugged in, we can then take a look at our top toolbar and click on Preview. Now what this is going to do is it's going to take a little bit to prepare the preview for you. And once it's completed the preview, you'll see it starts to load on your actual iPad. And as long as iBooks is open, and once the preview has been prepared, you'll see that it'll automatically load on your iPad. And the book will automatically open up. As you can see, there's a preview loading on our iPad. Depending on how much media is in it, it can take a little bit longer, but it's relatively quick for such large files. Now that our preview is open, it'll come right to the beginning chapter. Now we can look at it in portrait or landscape mode and flip through our book so you can see what it'll look like on the actual iPad. So, great little way to test it out before you send it to colleagues or publish it to iTunes. Now, once you feel like you've completed it and you want to share it with colleagues, there's other ways to actually get this file to them. If you would like to share the actual .iba file, which is the file we're looking at here, this is the one that you're going to edit in iBooks Author. We can just go File, Save a Version, and if you haven't already saved it, it'll prompt you to save it to a certain location. You can take that .iba file and send it to teachers, students, whoever else is going to be working on it with you. More than likely you have to use a large file sharing service. There's a lot out there like Dropbox, SkyDrive, and transfer big files. So now, if you want to actually share the iBook that can be opened on the iPad, let's just go back to our File menu, Export. You'll see it'll give you a number of different options. You can publish it as a PDF, a text file, or in the iBooks format. And you can save different versions of it as well if you're working on multiple different copies. And it'll allow you to change that right here. All you need to do is just go Next, pick the location we want to save it, and hit Export. Again, once we have this file, we can take that and share that using other large file sharing services, because these books can range anywhere from 100 to well over a gig. So now finally, when you're ready to send it to iTunes, you can publish the book. And you can go about doing this by clicking on the publish icon here, or go to File, Publish. Now, this process will walk you through step by step. There's a number of different programs you will have to install on top of this. You'll also have to create an iBooks Author account. What it does is it'll pair with your existing iTunes account if you already have one, and you can make a free iBooks Author account, or you can make a paid one. The paid one taking considerably more effort in setting up in regards to a bank account and whatnot. But let's just get started. So we'll click Continue. Now this is our pre-published check, and we'll hit Continue. Include our info. Well, we can say that this is a new book. Hit continue. It'll create a sample preview of the book for you. You can choose whatever chapter you want. Okay. We'll just hit continue to make it easy. And then we'll export the book. Now, as long as you have iTunes Producer installed, the next step is it'll automatically open it up. If you haven't installed it, it will prompt you in this section to go to the Apple website and download the program for you to include all the necessary information for them to send it to iTunes. So, let's open iTunes Producer. Okay, one of the things you'll notice is it automatically gives you a vendor ID for you when iTunes Producer opens up. This is important because this is what is required for all books that are sent to iTunes Author. The book description requires more than just a simple write-up. You're going to need to put in a detailed amount of information. It says maximum 550 characters, and HTML format is not supported. So let's just first start by putting in the language, the title, FLQ Crisis, the publisher, and the book description. I think what I'm going to do is just grab some text I already have in here, copy that, and place it in our book description, as to not leave a lot of white space. Now, let's walk through the bottom bar here, make sure that we have everything filled in. We want to include a category. So let's start by choosing education and history, and we have that added in, and that's the primary category. Let's go to authors. Let's add a new author. And you can add in as many as you would like. Make sure that there's no other blank ones sitting in there, because that's going to be an error that comes up in your delivery system. If you want to rush ahead and just click on that icon right now, you'll see that it'll tell you any of the issues that must be addressed before you deliver. Let's just go back to the book and make sure that this is all cleaned up. So we'll remove that and make sure that we're the only author that's sitting there. Related products, there are no related products, so we're going to leave it at that. There's no other books to go along with this, so we can just leave this one blank. And target audience, let's just add in interest, Canadian school grade. Target grade is grade 8. Okay. Once we've selected that, let's go up to assets. You'll see when I hover over this, it's already selected the book for us. Because we exported straight to iTunes Producer, it knows the book that we want to send. So we're just going to leave that fine for now, but if you do want to change it, if you selected the wrong book for whatever reason, you can just click on choose, find the book that you want, and then publish that. It automatically builds you your cover art, and if you want, you can include screenshots. You can just upload ones that you've taken, like any kind of screenshots you've taken with any sort of screen grabbing tool. We don't need to add any of those in. So our next step is to then just go to the delivery. We'll see our validation has been completed and the package is ready to be delivered. All you have to do is just click on deliver. Now, see, you know you're successful when it starts to upload the package to the iTunes Store. And it'll give you a countdown for how long it's going to take in terms of the remaining upload. Once that is completed, you'll get this indication that your delivery was successful, and it will be available for free in all iBook store markets. So, is it okay? And we can now close this out.